Are we ready to go?
Yeah, probably.
Give Trev a sec. He's still hand-winding his crank radio.
A long time ago.
Yep.
I always plug in I always open up Discord and join the voice chat before I have my headphones plugged in, and that's why it takes me so long to answer.
Other
Anyway,
things
guys,
he does in the wrong order. Removal of trousers after going to the bathroom.
He removes his pants, then his shoes.
well, I have done. You know, one time on my 40th birthday, I got so drunk that my friends just dropped me off at my house, and I woke up, and I didn't remember how I got home, but all I did was I woke up in bed with my keys in my hand, and my house key was bent, and I had one shoe on.
Wow, that must have been some strong mead.
I had one shoe. Oh, very funny.
It reminds me of my 21st birthday. I don't remember. Last memory I have is holding a bottle of rum and drinking it straight out the bottle, and then I woke up halfway through a wall.
Yeah, it's drinking alcohol. Anyway, guys, I'm really sick today, so I'm just here listening, and I'm gonna just speak. But since I don't speak that much anyway, I'm just gonna try and chime in when I do. But
so you're sick, as in like you're wearing like a sideways baseball cap and sunglasses, and you're skateboarding.
No, I'm not. No. I think I have
something.
A really bad
Chlamydia.
cough. Yeah, I woke up with a really bad cough this morning and chills. So I called off my brunch plans and just stayed inside, and now I'm here.
Not the gay Sunday brunch plans.
Yes.
That's what I did. Yeah.
It wasn't with my Sunday crew, but yeah, it was old coworkers.
Your Sunday crew.
I love that you have a standing gay brunch.
No, I don't. Well, my standing gay brunch is my D&D group, which is all gay people. So,
not us. But,
sorry to ruin the curve for you.
Yeah, I know. Actually, no, there's one or two straights in there. We let them in as a DEI hires.
Straights. SDI.
Anyway.
Oh God. Oh. Ugh.
Anyway, sorry. Yesterday was really fun, guys. The Star Trek event was the lamest event at this Fan Fest night. It was so sad that Star Trek, of all the brands that were there, was spent the least money was spent on them, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. The D&D experience was fantastic. It was really, really cool. They had like this animatronic beholder that would shoot out rays of light. It was fucking fantastic. That treasure room filled with like real props. It was great. But the star of the night, and Jack, you'll be happy to hear this, the stars of the night, it was just all closed to people who went to this event, but the only events that had wait lines was the Jujutsu Kaisen photo op. All it was a photo op, nothing else. Just a photo op with some character from the show, and it was 35-minute wait to get a picture taken the entire night. And
that is hilarious.
I know they had a One Piece photo op at a One Piece restaurant, and the One Piece restaurant was an hour-long wait to get your food, and the photo op for Monkey D. Luffy or whatever his name is, I think that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
Was also 35 minutes. So I think that the learnings for Universal next year is that they're not going to have a fan fest night. They're going to have an anime night. They're just going to have every single anime there. So much cosplay. Everybody was walking around with the Monkey D. Luffy hat on, and those cut off jeans he wears. It was actually quite impressive. So if they have one next year, I'll let you know which animes they show.
That is genuinely funny to me.
It was crazy. I said, "There's no way that this is just. This has got to be because it's California and LA, and there's a much more diverse crowd here. Because I can't imagine this happening in like this being this way in Nebraska or Iowa or Massachusetts. But it really was the busiest. Anyway.
Well, thank you for telling us about that, Trev. That it really does sound very fun. I'm sorry that you're slowly dying. I do hear it. Oh God, buddy!
Every time I laugh,
the centuries have finally caught up.
Oh man, and my feet, I can't even walk actually, so I had to limp to the from my bed to the computer.
Oh my God.
I walked 25,000 steps yesterday.
His current host is deteriorating. He must transfer to a new vessel.
I know. It's so true.
Yeah. We'll deal with your pneumonia. And it's gonna be fun. You probably, I mean, from the sound of it, you probably got nerd flu.
Yeah.
Which is like bird flu. But
yeah,
I mean, it happens after you go to nerdy places.
We were outside most of the time, but I'm sure I touched surfaces that other nerds touched. So, you know,
kind of like that meme, like that that con meme of when you're standing in front of the couple who are nerds and they smell like Fritos and they're saying like oh yeah, you want to be punished tonight? Like all that weird, like the weird sex positive Frito smelling couple that's at every con.
Oh my God!
What?
Oh my
is this? Is this just?
No, I just think you have a very
unique
experience at cons, I think.
I used to go to anime conventions like religiously, and I've never encountered that. But I haven't been in like 10 years.
The couple you're describing existed in middle school.
Well, I mean, the Frito smelling couple does exist. Usually, though, it's just a group of guys who are just friends. They all smell like they just came straight from their tabletop game.
Fritos and jizz.
Oh God!
All right. Well,
if anyone wants to try something, apparently, if you dissolve watermelon airheads in vodka for a week, it comes out fucking delicious.
Oh my God!
It sounds good, actually. Watermelon vodka.
Vodka needs something. Vodka's perfect because you can put anything in it and it'll make it taste good.
And with that final digression from Trev, I think we'll go ahead and get started.
I like how Trev got blamed for my ADHD.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Oh God. We're going to need to take that again, I think. It's okay.
I had to mute. Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Take two. There we go. Just the devil comes on and is like, your 1,000 years are up.
Don't you dare patronize me.
Jesus Christ.
God damn
I don't think he's gonna help.
His descent into General Grievous.
Oh my God.
General Kenobi.
That's how I feel.
Hello there.
I'm gonna have to use the server mute, unfortunately, if we're gonna keep doing this. Sorry, hang on 1 second.
When I talk.
No mistake, we are gonna keep doing this.
My mute on, so it's gonna happen.
Alright, sounds good. Last we left off, a bunch of stuff happened. We started the last session with a couple of battles happening. One of them being a speeder battle that couldn't have gone any other way other than the way that went, which is bad for me. Just straight up murdering several people who are coming after you to murder you, and then taking over their speeder bikes and going back to Rix's, where Scrag comes up with the rest of the Burnt Claw to intimidate you, to show that he has evidence of you having Force users among your crew. Realizing the situation has changed abruptly when a speeder truck and their speeder bike, a Burnt Claw speeder bike rolling up with a Mandalorian, decided to live. And
they said, "Hey, we could live instead of dying here."
And then, a very intelligent choice on Scrag's behalf.
Truly,
walked away. You did traumatize a couple of the Burnt Claw henchmen as you were covered in their friend Dave's blood.
I'm just saying, if you're not willing to see someone else painted in your friend's brains, don't get into the violence business.
Especially don't get into the violence business when there's a Mandalorian involved.
Never play!
Whatever the fuck...
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck Vale is.
Yeah,
Yep.
The murderbot praying mantis.
Murderbot praying mantis jumping off of the speeder truck, using just a species trait to just immediately jump so high in the air. And then come down and lightly stab a person before he was immediately eviscerated.
Like a fucking murder slinky.
Like a murder slinky, yep.
It was Trev, his Tam. It was Tam's pistol that did it. He blew his head off.
Yeah, Tam
completely blew him up.
Straight up blew this guy's head off, covering Vale in just horrible blood and viscera. At the end of the session, you also I love it in the notes. She says casts exposition. Gotta love that. Rix then informs you of why the Burnt Claw may be messing with him, and now your crew. Saying that Rix used to work with the Burnt Claw. He also mentioned this thing called the Scav Games. The Scav Games being sort of the sticking point with this whole thing. You agreed to help Rix gain access to the Scav Games using you as the team. The Scav Games comprising of a 3-day event, building a speeder, going and collecting beacons, and then racing or fighting to a final position. You then paid the hefty $10,000 credit. 10,000 credit entry fee to enter you and your team into the Scav Games. You now have, at the beginning of the session, 2 standard weeks to make any preparations, do any reconnaissance, info gathering, shopping that you would like to do before the Scav Games begin. We're going to start, as we always start, unless we forget. We're going to go ahead and roll for Destiny. Wow. Nice.
Good job, kids. Good job.
For sure. So we
us.
have the Force is in fact with you. You got the 5 light side points, 2 dark side points. Y'all will be making very good use of that in the beginning of this. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to you. I have a a pretty decent idea of what y'all would like to do, but I suppose we'll go ahead and start with Lina. We'll just stay on the splash page for now. Lina, it's the start of your 2-week head start ahead of the Scav Games. What are some things that Lina would like to do?
On top of just continuing to try to repair our ship as parts trickle in, apparently she has to use all of her downtime to start studying speeders as a concept, because I don't know what I'm going to get my hands on, and they're not exactly my forte. So
gotcha.
you always just see her walking around the ship working. Her third mechanical arm is holding a data pad in front of her face. And you can just hear her like reading under her breath while she works.
All right. I am going to go ahead and ask. Let me pull up the Stormrunner's sheet here. I'm going to go ahead and ask for a mechanics roll just to start. And just this roll will be pretty important. It's going to determine how much work you have, work you're able to sort of complete over this 2-week stretch. I will go ahead and this is typically a difficulty 3, right? Is our base diff?
No, base
or
diff
is there
is 2. What are we doing?
Yeah, I suppose you're doing a couple of things. You're collecting the parts that you need. You're also, I suppose if all you really need is like off-screen time, we don't necessarily have to roll.
We tried that mechanics roll, and all that's making it happen is our full-on 19.8 days. So
gotcha. Yeah. So this is just you did the mechanics roll already, and you're just sort of trucking on this now. Studying speeders as a concept, what exactly are you looking for? Like, what is going to be involved? Like, what are we looking at?
So basically, she's aiming for a surface knowledge of land speeders, standard engine, standard frames, standard stabilization, and hovering and all that jazz.
Gotcha. Sure.
Basically,
I'll go ahead.
On, Space Wikipedia.
Space Wikipedia, just looking up
and pulling up various technical manuals.
Gotcha. I will go ahead. Yeah, I'll ask for a roll here.
Going on to Space YouTube, Googling tutorials.
If Kybax knows that she's doing this, he is going to suggest she take a look at some pod racing stuff, because I know what she could do with that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. With that, I'll go ahead and ask for what role will I have you do here? We could do a knowledge skill, or we could do mechanics. Let's go ahead. Let's make it a mechanics check. I will say, are you looking at it just in concepts in general, or are you looking to like add where you are into the context of that? Like, not only like, hey, what are the possibilities for land speeders, but what could I possibly need to do here on Randone for this?
It's less that, because we don't know what the competition is going to be.
Right.
So, and because we're in a junkyard, I literally will not know what I can get my hands on. So
gotcha.
It's as wide of range of knowledge as I can get. Nothing specialized.
What are the parts that go in a speeder?
Yeah, what are the parts that go in a speeder? I need to sit at least 5 people's worth of weight. What kind of propulsion am I going to need? Stuff like that. For sure.
Okay. I'll ask for a mechanics roll. I'll say difficulty. Shit, if we're going that broad, let's kind of like make it like a jammer roll. So go ahead and just do difficulty 1, and how well you do gets to. I'll let you ask some questions and stuff with how well you do.
Okay.
Oh yeah, love that. Yeah, so essentially, we're gonna look at it from the general. Now we're bringing your character to to Kyle's actual like full understanding of it and my full understanding of it. Any sort of craft that you're building, and this goes for everybody, you need three things. You need the frame, whatever you are building, the frame, you're going to just be building a land speeder frame. Now, for that, you're going to need to get some materials together just to sort of build the skeleton of what the thing is you're going to look like, what the thing is actually going to look like. The other two things are going to be where a lot of the customization, and depending on what you can find in the junk heap, is going to be going in. So you're looking for basically an engine. Now, for a land speeder, this is going to be something that'll get you at most 20 meters off the ground. So in general, you're thinking about a couple of different things. You're thinking about engines that you don't need to have a big engine. You just need to have an engine that can keep you up the ground and let you go where you're going in a fast-ish kind of way. Most basic land speeders are usually going to be propelled by a single ion coil. This is like the most basic of sublight drives. Essentially, they're cheap, easy ways to get repulsor, get something to float above the ground and propel it forward. The other sort of option that you're going to be looking at if you're looking at pod racing is going to be something like a high performance repulsor cluster. These are bigger than sort of the single ion coil engines, but they offer you can go faster and you can increase and they're basically sturdier engines when you're operating on a planet. Those are going to be the two main ones that you're going to be looking for there. One of them is sort of bog standard. The other one is going to be slightly better. So like if you're thinking of like Sebulba's pod racer, he had two high performance repulsor cluster engines just on them. That way he could sit up and he could also go forward really quickly. The last thing is what is the hull going to be made out of? Whatever materials that you can find, and depending on what you want to do you want to hold a bunch of stuff? Do you want to have really roomy area? So, like, if you're going to be scavenging a lot of stuff and bringing some stuff with you, do you want to have some stuff? Do you want armor on your hull? What kind of armor do you want on your hull? Do you want it to be reflective armor, or do you want it to be physical armor for like physical projectiles, like something like that? That's sort of the broad strokes of what you're doing. Do you have any questions about that? Nope. Okay.
Yeah, not really something we can really do in advance, so
gotcha.
Just
okay.
Like a perfect use of her time.
Could you do a practice build?
If you say that to her in character.
No.
No amount of Beskar is going to protect you.
Okay. Cool. Well, you're looking up on that. So essentially, it's that stuff all takes time. You're going to be improvising and figuring out what the sort of competition is as you get in there. But for everybody else, out of character, you know that you're building a land speeder. Basically, what you're going to be trying to build or what you're going to be trying to find is going to be an engine, and how you're going to be building out your hull, essentially. And all of these are going to be roles in the future. In the thing. Okay. Yeah, who else? Cam, what's Cam doing over this 2 weeks?
Cam is largely helping Lina, and she is also going to try to source uniforms.
Ooh, uniforms. That's going to be so fun. Are you going to be doing uniform sourcing sort of here around the junkyard, or are you going to be heading somewhere else?
Probably going to head into the city.
Okay. We have someone going on an adventure to the city. Is anybody else going to be coming on the adventure to the city?
I simply... Okay, if Tam's going, that should be fine.
Sorry, I didn't mean to... Yeah.
No, I was going to say, I simply cannot allow Cameron to just wander off into the city by herself.
Actually, I'm going to see if Vale can come along as well, because she probably already knows Lina's measurements, and she can probably... words... The Mandalorian, I forget his name, Kybax, probably knows his measurements off the top of his head because he has to get his armor fitted.
Right.
So I would be bringing the only other two people whose measurements I don't know.
All right.
That
kinda
sounds good. Sorry, that kind of coincides with what Vale's plans were.
Cool.
So yeah, Vale would go along with Cam.
Awesome. So to be clear, it's going to be Cam, Vale, Tam, and as the three of them sort of get together and start planning, does anybody else want to make a trip into the city?
Kybex did want to see if he could find any information about that Mando team, see if they're on planet.
Okay. Sounds good. And is Lina going to stay back with Rix?
Yeah, she's way too busy. As they're getting ready to leave, like, she's walking and reading at the same time, bumps into Cam. Oh, can you get me 5 meters of Flexi Seal patch? Perfect. Doesn't even really lock eyes, it keeps walking. Aftermarket intake modulators may cause violent backflow. Yeah, well, of course it would cause
If there's one thing Lina is well and truly learning, it's that a lot of students are idiots.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. We are heading to the city. That should be fun. All right, great. Let's go ahead and do that. And now this is me wondering. I'm sure I do have a new splash page for that. I'm sure I do.
You technically might. You do. Go with the guild.
Gotcha. All right, and unfortunately there are 2 copies of it. One that's save changes. There we go. Cool. All right, you all make your way out. Rix sees you all walking out and goes, where are we going? We going somewhere?
Yeah, we're heading into the city, see if we can source some uniforms.
Oh. Well, it's going to be so fun. I do have to warn you. The city officials are sort of getting into their preparation stages for the games, and you may see some local like celebrations going on. There's going to be maybe some watch parties happening. I know we're 2 weeks out, but looking at some of the old sort of archive footage of the last Scav games, so maybe if you're looking to see what the general vibe is, then it could be a good thing to look out for. Maybe find like a sports bar or a Quiznos or something with a TV.
Solid plan.
You just regionalized yourself so
hard.
A Quiznos. Jesus Christ. All right. You make your way. Rick actually gets into his speeder truck that he has been fixing up. All right, everybody. Everybody seatbelts on. There are no seatbelts. All right, let's go. And the speeder. And you take off. About a 20-minute ride or so, and you see you're heading closer to Port Relisar, and you can see it in the distance. Vast, towering super scrapers reaching up several large docking areas. So this is sort of in the very far distance. You can see the ocean just barely peeking out to the right and to the left. The city, as you get out of the large junk areas, you can see it sort of captures the entire horizon in front of you. It's truly and you get the idea of just the sheer scale of the city. It's you're looking at it and you're only looking at maybe a small portion of it. If you had looked left and to the right, it's like looking at the ocean, but the ocean is a city. It's big place. You get to an area where it looks like there are speeders, air speeders to rent that have routes that take you into the city. You see he parks in sort of a spot. All right, folks, everybody got a snack that they're bringing with, or a snack?
Yep, I got
sandwiches. He pulls out 6 just lumps of bread and sauce.
Vale will just reach over and pluck one. Ooh. And just into the food hatch.
Goes to the food hatch.
Vale, you're not able to taste. It feels heavy. It's just like, oh, this is gonna take a while to get through. Oh, all right. You just sort of shudder a little bit. Well, they are my special recipe. Don't be leaving them behind. They do have, and I looked at them and I made sure there was no metal. One of them, I think I might have mixed it in. One of them does have a metal shaving in it. And by shaving, I mean shard of metal.
And by shard, I mean a whole plate.
You see one of the wrapped up, they're like wrapped in paper. One of them is like clearly torn through with a sharp, jagged piece of metal. Oh, it's this one. All right, put it away. Anyway, you all pile out of the truck. You see a droid servicer sort of standing at a little kiosk at the front, that you're able to sort of get. You see that there's a queue formed with a couple of random people just looking to get into the city. It is to get to the city for 4 of you. It is 20 credits per passenger. To get full portage into the lower city area. So whoever wants to...
Am I with them at this point?
You are, yeah, right?
I can cover it.
All right, the droid says, thank you. You are docking in speed 9 Z4. You see like just a basic like air taxi speeder. You all pile in. The coordinates launch off, and you make your way up. You make your way into the lower city docking area. You park in the speeder, and you are in a sort of hum of seedy activity. the sun that was once hot hanging in the sky is now not really shining all the way down, except for right in the middle of the street. There's this yellow line of light. Electric lamps on and active, sort of the low-rise apartments to either side. You all make your way. Jack, located right by the speeder output. It's one of obviously several speeder outputs in the area, but this is just the one that your specific speeder was programmed to go to. You see a little storefront on the front of, in sort of whatever the stupid language is, Arabic. You see is something that says Grizk's Roasters. And you see it is a small little storefront, like hole-in-the-wall place. And you get that little sense that you've found, there's probably food there.
We're stopping there first.
All right.
You walk in, the door, it's a manual push open door. Ding, ding, ding. The little bell goes off. And you see just the fattest, walrus-faced Aqualish that you'll ever seen. He is circular. He is a circle of a man. You look at him. His skin is pale and wrinkly.
My friends call me the Orb.
The Sphere. I am the Las Vegas Sphere. I'm who they base it off of.
His skin is pale. He is not. You can tell by the smell in here. He has not left this storefront in possibly years. He goes,
Do I understand him?
no. To the left and to your right, he has the little tiny, like, he's wearing like a wife beater t-shirt. Just the thinnest, twiggiest arms. Just inside of reaching distance are these huge metal pikes. Each of them with, you see different colors and shapes skewers, like a skewer display on either side of him. And he goes, zug, 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 zug.
Cam
Languages, and I do not understand that.
Cam will approach, look the skewers over, then look to him and say, "What do you recommend today?"
He seems interested that you're attempting to get conversation going. She is
genuinely looking for a recommendation.
Yeah, for sure. Just a bunch of genuine feelings all around. Go ahead and make a charm roll. I'll say diff 1.
Okay. This might go well, should probably go well. Yes.
Perfect.
What would have happened?
What would have happened?
Right.
You guys might have died. I don't know. We'll see. So
He just gets angry and starts rolling at us like a mill tank.
yeah. He the Orb, as he's gonna be known. Orb looks at you.
No, the Orb. You gotta have the definitive article in there.
Yeah, we gotta have the definitive article. The Orb looks
It's
at
like
you.
the dude, man.
The dude, man. Yeah. You see that he is missing his eye, one of his eyes, and the other one has a huge mirrored red glass monocle with a little chain going down to like a little necklace that he wears. And he points, and sort of out of his reach fully, you see lizards that are charred, still whole. They're big. They're like probably half the size of your forearm down to your hand, like halfway up, maybe about a foot and a half, 2 foot long. They're on 3 skewers, and he points and says,
May I like try to infer what the hell he's talking about?
What he's talking about? Yeah. Make a xenology roll. I'll say diff 1 with setback.
Uh-oh.
So unfortunately, you're in a place where he could be saying, "Dear God, don't eat that," or "Hey, that is my specialty." You have no idea. You see, do you look at get closer to the lizards and look?
Yeah.
Sure. You get in, you see that you get close, and you see that they, one of them has like a leg that's falling off, and the skin underneath there has a smoke ring in it. It looks like it's glazed with something. And you see down on the counter in front of it, you see black, very granular black, like powder that's underneath it.
Are these gunpowder charred?
Do you how do you find out?
I'll take one.
That's
that looks
a
good as shit.
question.
Do you taste it, or
are we being offered one?
I won't. For the purposes of brevity, he looks to be offering, like, trying to respond to your question. Like, this is what I'm recommending.
Okay, she'll take one then to try it.
Yeah.
So how much for one?
His hand slaps a Arabesh sign above his head, and he says, it says 5 credits, and you see, 5 credits per lizard. This thing could it has the amount of meat on it that a full rotisserie chicken would have. Like, this thing could probably serve 2 people.
Okay, well, she's gonna grab one. She's
Cool.
gonna hand over the 5 credits. She's gonna grab one. It's lizard o'clock, motherfuckers.
And he sort of slaps the table, and he points to the powder in the little bowl. And you see that there are many of the bowls, and you think that you grab a bowl, and there are a couple of shitty tables in here that you can sit at. Mm-hmm.
Let's fucking go then. She grabs a bowl, goes to sit down.
Yep. You guys all sit down with him?
Sure.
Make it. You notice that 3 people sit down at the table. You look around, and Vale is nowhere to be seen.
Yep. Where did the lizard go?
The lizard?
That's what I think Vale is. Climax has been his.
You say that, and Cam looks at you and holds up the skewer.
No, the other one.
What other one?
The Vale. Am I the only one who thinks he looks like a lizard?
Well, I think that's about as rude as calling me a monkey.
Jeez.
Hey. Well, he just keeps calling himself the versatile. What's it?
Veil. Versatile espionage intelligence life form.
Espionage intelligence life form. That's the one. Which, the fact that it's a life form designed for espionage and intelligence. Anyway, I go out and I get up and look outside the door. Is Vale like in the street?
As you go, Jack, your food sense says that you're supposed to like rub this lizard in this stuff. And
all right, let's fucking go.
So you take a bite. Have you ever had lizard? Like,
nope,
actually?
never. Unlike Cameron, I am a very, very picky eater.
Gotcha.
So lizard is very. I hate to say this because it's a cliche, but it's very much like chicken.
It actually is very chicken-like.
I mean, that tracks. You go back far enough, and you reach a point where they're the same thing.
Where they are the same thing, in fact. This thing, its skin is really, really thick, mostly because it's a lizard, and then also it's got this like sheen on it. It's glazed with a sweet like rub on it. You tear a leg off, you rub. The sticky dip goes into the black. It looks kind of like fine salt. You take a bite. Every sort of umami flavor hits you all at once. Like a Szechuan peppercorn sort of vibe. Your mouth actually goes numb for a second, and it goes down to completely no taste, and then you start getting little hints of taste, and then it grows and grows and grows and grows into just your mouth is watering and you cannot help but continue eating. It's like no other food that you've ever had.
I've been taken to Flavor Town.
Yes, you are in fact in Flavor Town. And he goes, you hear Grizz go, and he claps.
And she's just like,
yeah.
This is a mafia front, and this guy is somebody's kind of disabled cousin who really likes to make food.
For sure, 100%.
I had one of these restaurants in my hometown.
Yeah, all of my shopkeeper, they are real people that I've met in my life. The lizard, whatever. No, the praying mantis. The insectoid motherfucker that I had was a person in my hometown. She had. I don't know if she maybe had like a hearing. Maybe she was hard of hearing. I don't know. She spoke very loud like a bat. And she was like, and would like walk around. It was like in this little diner that I had in my hometown, and it would just like be very brassy and sassy, and yeah, so and would throw stuff. That's why the insect threw stuff. But yeah, the shit is good. Yeah, Vale, where did you go?
Vale snuck off to begin doing his espionage and intelligence thing.
Okay, where would you have what interests Vale? Like, what are you trying to find out? Who are you trying to find? Are you trying to find a specific quantum information? Yeah,
Vale would start off very like low key. Like the first few steps he's taking is just overhearing conversations, both from the general public and maybe some guards, and kind of like listening around corners type deal, you know, to see what's generally being said about the upcoming events.
For sure, yeah. A lot. You walk through. I'm going to go ahead and give me a roll. I'll say. I will say, give me a streetwise check, and I'll say. I mean, you're just walking around listening to everybody's conversation. I'll say difficulty 1 because, you're in town, and unless you're circling in on people who are trying to be left alone, you're going to be able to overhear things if you try. Yeah. So you don't get anything specific. Broad strokes. There's a lot of public excitement going on relating to the Scav games. You catch bits and pieces of conversation. You know that Scav games happen whenever a large thing has been found that is tied in with the that if the local government finds something and there hasn't been a game in a while, then they'll impound it and then set up a game just to have the Scavs all working together and to build some money and some tourism and all that good stuff. The general populace is surprised, and I will say that you do. I'll even give it to you on a failure. The kind of ship that crashed is an MC-80 Star Cruiser. This is a big boy, meant to be sort of a fleet, a fleet leader. The rebellion had a couple of them. Definitely these were ships that Mon Calamar gave the rebellion, along with, and crewed them with Mon Calamari.
These were the converted Starliners.
Yep.
Oh shit, that's a big boy.
Yeah. So Vale immediately gets that. That's sort of what you're going for currently.
Okay.
As you begin walking and a part of your failure, Vale, is that as you begin making your way to more densely populated areas, like this is a couple of blocks further into the city, where perhaps factories or things are sort of letting out for the day, people look at you and immediately try to stay away from you. You're wearing a black hooded bad. I mean, you're dressed inconspicuously, but so inconspicuously that you're dressed conspicuously.
It was hard not to notice him trying so hard to be inconspicuous as he was.
Yeah. And you're just scary. You just look scary. Kybax, if you're going to be looking after
Vale, poke my head outside and see where the he just left.
Go ahead and Kybax, I will give you a perception check.
Okay.
It is going to be opposed by Vale's stealth.
Vale got it.
It is going to be difficulty 6 with 2 upgrades. I want to roll.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother doing that. I have 2 greens in perception.
Yeah,
I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, you do not see Vale. He's gone. He's gone, man.
Inconspicuous to only Kybax.
To only Kybax.
Yeah. It's weird. That whole crowd of people is just moving out of the way of this one guy.
I'm going to eat lizard.
The the Aqualish. What's Tam doing?
Tam is just kind of going to the busiest of the areas around where there's the most people, so he can kind of just like blend in and not really be seen, but he can observe, kind of thing.
For sure. Yeah, I will give you the same role as Vale just had. Let's see if you have a little bit more luck. Your streetwise is okay. I'll go ahead and give it to me. I'll say Diff. Are you listening for anything in particular, or are you just trying to get the general vibe of the crowd?
No, just the general vibe of the places.
Cool. Diff. Diff 1.
Let me see if with the advantage. If I have any advantages I can spend here.
Yeah.
This is too small. There we go. Additional insights. I don't need to speed up the task.
In terms of so you're just trying to get general vibes. People are pretty excited. You're sitting in sort of a small shopping area, a little seating area, and you're sort of looking out amongst the stalls. Just the sheer number of people that are walking through it, and probably have walked through on a daily basis, sort of it feels good for Tam to just disappear for a second, to just sit and watch like people watch. Nobody's paying you any mind. You don't have a bounty on your head anymore. You can just be a person.
Okay.
Give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
You see a on a sort of screen, there's a small skyscraper here that has screens out in front of it, and you see the screen sort of flickers to life there. You see an announcer pops up on the screen. Data. Oh, good. Thank you.
It's really funny because as soon as you said you see an announcer appear, I live across the street from a warehouse where they make announcements often, and I could hear them from my apartment, and it started talking. I was like, oh shit, that was realistic.
You should all see the little tablet, right?
Let me see here. Yes.
Yeah. So you should all see it. I showed you.
Divorced dad. This man owns alimony.
No.
You see.
Yeah, he totally got dumped by his ex because he got a new girlfriend who was really young.
Absolutely. You see the ad crackles onto the screen. The screen flickers with life. You see a large metal brush logo that says "The Scav Games." In 2 weeks, the scrap storms are rising, and so are the legends. And you see a quick bash cut. Many different swoop bikes going over twisted wreckage. You see a bunch of chemical fog shorting out these big sort of rigs that are floating along this floating sort of swamp area with this green gas sucking out. You see a bunch. You see buzz crawlers going all over this big sort of this action footage. The greatest scavers, racers, and rec rats of Randone face off in the one event that separates the bold from the broken. No maps, no mercy, only one rule. Survive the Scav Games. Sponsored by, and it gives you the sponsor.
All right.
Mandel Motors.
Anyone else watching this, or?
Yeah, as the ad clicks on, you see some people stop what they're doing and look up to watch. And you see
Pause here.
And yeah, some people look up and pay attention, and they see, you know.
Okay. So my question does stand.
Mm-hmm.
We were given the coordinates and the time. Is there anything else that we need to do as far as the games go, other than going to get our uniforms?
By definition, no. There are no other requirements for the games.
Okay.
However, this 2 weeks exists so that you can be as prepared for the games as possible. This 2 weeks is for if y'all want to do any reconnaissance, any surveillance, any roles to figure out, hey, what are we getting ourselves into? You do, Trev, you do see the name of the sponsor at the end. Apologies, I was looking through my notes. You see it's Muirtech Salvage Solutions.
Do I know Muirtech?
And it's that one is the main one, and then there are a bunch of local vendors.
Okay.
Do you know Muirtech? That's a good question. Go ahead and give me an underworld check. This will be difficulty 3.
Okay, hold on. Oh, well, this is probably not going to happen, but we'll make it. We'll try it anyway. Do I have anything that gets rid of? Oh no, I think I get that back. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
You do not recognize the name out of. Well, I'll give you this. You've seen as you've been walking through the city, you see the name is on some advertisements. They appear to be a corporation that assists the local government at Port Relisar with their salvaging operations. Seems to be like a contractor unit that they work through. In order to secure supplies and salvage for the port itself.
Okay, so they're like, go on, sorry.
You do not, other than that, you have not heard of them from, like, your area of expertise.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're local, but they're not interplanetary or intersystem wide. They're just kind of like, when you say local, they mean planetary, not local as in Randon and its surrounding systems.
I will go so far as to say that you do not know their extent or how far their business expands. You can be safe to say that they operate on this planet that you're on now, and most likely the other planets on the system, should they also have things that need to be salvaged.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna talk to somebody who is nearby, who watched the ad along with me, or saw the ad or was nearby, looking busy, or looked like they're, excited about something.
Okay. You just approach someone.
Yeah, just anybody, just any person. It doesn't matter who.
You see a woman who's walking. Damn it. Who's walking down the road. She is a human woman, black sort of ponytail. Looks like she has dirt on her face. She took her hair band out of her head as she was going, and she was look up and looking at the ad, and looks like she appeared to have some sort of reaction to it. Oh, I have a token.
Oh, you said you don't have a token?
Oh, I do have a token. It's right here.
Oh, but
yeah, she had some sort of reaction, allergy.
There you go.
Hormonal. You don't know.
Okay. Hormonal.
That's an imperial asset.
It's like, that's my ass up there. He hasn't seen his 3 kids in 5 years. Up there, running around the galaxy with his girlfriend.
No. You approach this woman?
Yeah, I just walk up to her. Excuse me, miss.
She screams and maces you.
Go ahead and make me a charm roll. I'll say difficulty 1.
Okay. I ain't very charming, so that gives me a chance. There we go. Of course not. You have to succeed in order to use your advantages, right?
No.
Okay.
Advantages can be used even if you fail.
Okay.
Target lets some information slip if known. Target becomes flustered and blushes.
Yeah, for non-combat checks.
Yeah. Active character adds a boost to the next charm versus that character.
I'm sorry. Say that again. I didn't hear the last part.
Active character adds a boost to their next charm check versus that character.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Excuse me, miss. Do you know what?
Yes. Can I help you? Are you selling something?
No. No. I am not selling anything. Oh, thank you very much. Do you know what these Scav games are?
The Scav games? Well, I was the one. We just saw the ad. I'm assuming that. The ad did say that it was the greatest scavers, racers, and rec racks of Randon face off in the one event that separates the bold from the broken. The writing is pretty bad, but I'm assuming it's something to do with scavenging.
Have you seen these Scav games?
I've lived here on Randon for, a couple of cycles. I've seen a couple of them. Not really my cup of tea, but...
Oh, so where'd you go to watch them? It seems rather exciting.
Sure. All right. So, to be clear, sir, you came up to me to ask me a question about an ad that you and I just both watched.
Well,
and you're not selling anything, or
the truth is,
the
truth is, I don't like to mention this, but I'm not a local, and I haven't been in the sector for a very long time. I've never heard of these Scav games before. You see, I'm from the core. I'm from Sandrilla. And I don't normally come out this far. So I was hoping to take in some of the local color.
Ew.
It's giving colonialism is what it's giving.
It's giving, yeah, it's giving get the fuck away from me, random man, is what it's giving me. Give me one moment. Sorry, I need to quickly build a stat block.
Oh, I didn't.
No, and unfortunately, I'm going to need to start doing it anytime that you get involved, because I'm assuming that these are going to be combat NPCs anytime you talk to them.
Oh my god. I don't want to get hit!
Oh, that got Kyle. I feel good. Go ahead and... So so out of that most recent thing, what was you're trying to get information from this woman?
Right. Well, here's the thing. I'm working towards trying to see if somebody knows maybe some of the other competitors so that I can maybe ask questions about some of the other competitors. Maybe get some information about what they're using for their... I mean, I know this random person isn't going to know what kind of equipment they're using on their scav hunts or whatever. But I mean, at least I can know who they are. Maybe I can go from there and take that information and parlay it to the next person. And then maybe find out who the people are that she mentioned. I was going to ask her, my next question was going to be, who's your favorite person to watch? And then I was going to say, oh, well, maybe I can check up on that team, and then I'm going to see if I can find other teams, find out their information, that kind of thing. I have no designs on this person at all. Sorry?
No.
Yeah.
Go ahead, and I will ask for either charm or coercion, difficulty 2.
Oh, I'm good. Definitely not coercion. I'm not trying to, because I know that once that coercion goes bad, it's all over.
And as a matter of fact, you did lie about where you were from. Go ahead and give me deception diff 2.
Okay, I can give you deception diff 2. And
whoa.
Let's see. What can I do for deception? Oh, whoops. Wrong one. That's what I wanted.
Where did you say you were from?
I said it was from Sandrilla. I actually didn't mean to say that. I actually meant to say Corellia, but I said the wrong word, so it's okay. Let's just say Sandrilla. Doesn't matter.
Sandrilla. Gotcha.
Yeah, Sandrilla, yeah.
Were you saying Chandrilla, like Mon Mothma?
That's what I said, yes. I didn't mean to say that, though. I meant to say a different word, but I said that because it was in the top of my head. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're just going to move on.
Gotcha. Chandrilla. You're from Chandrilla. Cool. You're here all the way from Chandrilla? I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, that's in the core worlds. What brings you out here? I mean, it seems interesting. Well, you're asking me about the Scala games. I pay a decent amount of attention to them, I suppose. My favorite people to watch. I mean, the Burnt Claw are really, in general, they're the one. I mean, they won it last year and the year before, so I suppose they're probably the favorites this time. I mean, this one was kind of hastily announced. I mean, whatever happened with that fleet combat above board, I mean, above, like, in orbit, I'm sure.
Above board. She's becoming self-aware. Terminator!
What was that team name again?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What was that team name? What did you mention?
Burnt Claw.
The Burnt Claw?
The Burnt Claw. Very interesting. Well, I wasn't aware of there being any kind of fleet action above this planet, but that is very interesting. I'll have to find out more information about that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is there anything else I can do for you, or?
No, that was enough. That was plenty enough. Thank you very much, my very, very, very much, my friend. I will see you later, and I just start walking away as fast as I can get, disappearing into the crowd.
Gotcha. Tam, I am going to ask for a perception check from you.
Oh. Let's do it.
It is going to be diff 3. All of them are upgraded.
Oh boy. Well, that's going to be a nightmare. Okay. All right. Well, try it. Hey.
I'm unfortunately going to need you to re-roll that. The purple
Why?
die need to be red die.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, what did I do?
So you rolled purple die. I need you to roll red die for the difficulty.
Oh, they're upgraded. They're challenge difficult.
Go ahead and spend a light side point for us, Tam.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, so what does that mean? That I could change one of my abilities to proficiencies for upgrade?
Yeah, basically you'd be rolling 2 yellow and a green.
Okay. Aww. And I rolled some threat. You sure you don't want me to do that first roll over again? Take that first roll? I mean, it's still there. It's right there.
It is right there. This is true. Give me one moment. You do have the 2 threat there. Yep. You sort of look around for your next mark. You see everybody else is sort of walking away, continuing on what they're doing. Is there anything else that Tam's doing as he's walking around?
No, I'm just, I really do want to look for people who look like they're in the know about the scav games. So I don't want to get prejudiced about anything, but I mean, people who look like they're scavengers, frankly.
Okay. Go ahead and, if we're looking for scavengers, go ahead and give me an underworld check. I'll set difficulty 1.
Okay. That's some kind of solid 50-50 success rate here. This is something weird.
There you go. It's
usually it's way lower
going
than
that. Tam, as you begin rolling around, you see a small tavern. It seems to be pretty full, and it looks like on the inside you see that there are some screens looking at some reruns. This is a lower city tavern. Appears to be a pretty scuzzy looking, sketchy looking area. A place that you could probably find work if you were in the work hunting mood. Or a place that you can just get a drink and sit and watch reruns of the scav games. Vale, you see Tam just sort of looking in through the open doorway of this area. Would you like to join him?
Sure. Vale will walk up behind Tam and just silently fall in with the group.
Yeah.
Well, form their own
With
group,
Tam.
I suppose.
Yep.
Oh, may the fourth be with me. I didn't even recognize you.
That was my intention.
Vale, give me...
Drink? I'll get you a drink.
Vale, I will ask for the same perception check from you. Diff 3,
perception.
all upgrades.
Okay. I'm going to spend another light side point, if that's cool with everyone.
Go ahead. Yeah, you're rolling 2 upgraded die.
Nah.
Ooh, a tie. It is still technically a failure. You get a feeling that something in your and your espionage protocol kicks in. You stop and look out. There was something. You didn't see anything out of the ordinary. You see a flowing crowd. You don't see anything out of the. You just you have a feeling that something is out there.
Vale's gonna reach out and grab the back of Tam's shirt.
Oh.
Something within my cybernetics indicates this could be a poor choice of action.
What? Getting her drink is a poor choice of action? I mean, oftentimes it is, but today, come on.
It is not the drink, it is the establishment.
Well, maybe we should find out exactly why it's dangerous. Let's just keep quiet while we walk inside. Get a little tipple. I walk inside.
Vale will release Tam and okay.
He's following, right? Because he's not going to go in if he's not following.
Yeah, no. Vale follows Tam inside the establishment, but he's very, on edge now.
That's the way I like him.
Sure.
Okay, I'm back.
Switching ambiance. As they head into the... do you guys let anybody know they are heading into a scuzzy tavern?
I mean, I don't think that Tam would, but I think that Vale has a very good reason to do so.
Yeah, as Tam walks away... Yeah, as Tam walks away, Vale will use his integrated comms link to just be like, Captain.
Vale, what's up?
I have located Tam, and we have located a lower city tavern. I don't know how to explain correctly, but something feels off.
Best to keep out of there, then.
Tam has already gone into there. I will attempt to provide support.
Could you provide me with your location, please?
Do I have, GM, the name of the tavern, or...
Yeah.
Any way to ping my location?
You look at the Arabesh sign on the front, sort of creaky neon sign that says the Shattered Signal.
We're currently entering the Shattered Signal.
I'll be right there. She sets her now empty skewer down and looks to Kybax dead in the visor and says, Vale says Tam just walked into a dive bar.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep. I'll get the big blaster.
You both join the street and continue going. I'm going to ask you both to make that same perception check. Difficulty 3, all 3 upgrades.
I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Difficulty 3 perception check.
Oh my god.
Yay! Sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
Well, I'm glad one of us is gonna. Oh, bullshit.
I love this.
All right, you fucks. Listen to me.
If you didn't want us to succeed, you shouldn't have made it an option.
Oh, that seems... That's horrible. You see, you run into... As you get out of the door, someone jostles... someone, walks into you, Kybax. Like sort of shoulder, like hits your shoulder and goes, "Oh, sorry," and keeps walking.
Do I recognize the person?
You do not recognize the person. It is this woman.
Oh.
Human woman wearing sort of a leather jacket.
Do I clock any weapons on her?
With that, you do see a couple of weapons. You see something is floating up the side of her leather jacket on her hip, and you see that her right wrist, is bulkier than her left wrist.
And you are asking very different questions than I would be.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Her wrist is what?
Well, you saw her too.
Her right wrist is bulkier than her left wrist, like underneath her jacket.
Does it look kind of like the wrist-mounted launcher that I have? If I were to look at it as an outline?
It would be a similar size, yeah.
Do I see this?
No.
Okay.
Kybax and Cam, would be right outside where they were eating lizard.
Got it.
I would know the major bounty hunters that are in operation just because that's my job.
Mm-hmm.
Do I... just looking at her face, does she look familiar at all?
I'll say without a roll, no, she does not look familiar. Not familiar at all.
Okay. And Cam, you said you had questions?
More for how Kybax is reacting.
Well, it was just a bump. Is anything of mine gone?
There's the question.
Do you go to look and see?
Hand goes to my credit chit.
Your credit chit still there. Your two disruptor pistols are still there. Everything seems to be going. Your eyes go down to start looking, and you see a small piece of paper on the ground that's sort of crumpled up and on the ground, sort of like the dusty tile of the ground.
I pick it up, smooth it out.
Okay. You see ink on this piece of paper. Mm-hmm. Dirt stained, crumpled up. It says, and somebody better be taking notes, no time. Ship not scrap. Mid-rim pull out. Int core still inside. Agent IDs, fleet codes, asset lists.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no. I kind of nudge Cam, and I'm like, does this say what I think it says?
Kybax. Burn it.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you burn it, you see it finishes.
Mm-hmm.
It says the word burn if you retrieve.
Oh.
Trust no one, all one word. Find core. Hurry. And there's a hyphen and a letter J in Arabic.
That's
Hey.
not part of the note.
Cam,
Kybax. Just
Cam
obey.
holds her hand out.
Yeah, maybe. Should we should we take a picture to show to Vale?
Absolutely not. Hand me that.
All right.
She will fold it up and stuff it down her shirt.
Okay.
So no one is going to pickpocket that off of her without her being very aware.
Cool. Okay. And you all look up after you're done. You do not see her. She's gone.
All right. We do need to talk to Vale. We know Vale is with Tam. Let's get going to the Shattered Signal.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And we do not speak of this outside of the ship.
Yes, ma'am.
You begin walking away from the freight gates that are sort of at the beginning where the things are, and all of you make your way into some of you on your way to the Shattered Signal. Tam, Vale. The atmosphere in here is one of like low ceilings, grimy, shitty walls, coolant stains all over the fucking place. There's a lot of like dim lighting. There's flickering plasma tubes. There are a couple of broken comm panels. You see, weirdly enough, you see in really, really faded print text on the far back wall, you see "Join the Separatists" in Arabesh with like a ripped up poster on the back. It smells like a mixture of engine grease, spice cigars, and like ozone in here. You see that the very like wiry human, sort of like dirty apron, sort of grunts at you as you walk in. Do you guys find a table, or where are you guys doing as you walk in?
I wanted to go up to the bar.
Hey, stranger.
Hello, mate. Just give me a bottle of your best will. Never.
He clears his throat out, and he fixes some. You see a piece of metal jutting out of his throat. You hear like a, and
He dies immediately. What?
and he falls dead. You see his voice modulates and goes, "Swill is what you're looking for. We have some whiskey."
I'll take whiskey. Thank you.
He goes underneath sort of like he hasn't tended bar very well. There's still a bunch of stacked up shot glasses from a couple of scavs who are like just being sort of rowdy. You see he puts down an obviously like bootleg bottle. It's got a different colored cork on it than it does the one right next to it. You see it's an opaque green bottle, and on the front, handwritten, it says "whiskey" misspelled.
Oh, jeez. So
That was made in a bathtub.
Yeah, you know it does the job.
It also doubles as paint thinner and rocket fuel.
Oh, excellent.
You looking to eat?
Not right now. I'll make a decision later.
Well, we got rat skewers 4 for $4.
I think I'm good. I think I'm good for right now. Thank you.
and he spits on the floor, and then spits again into a glass, and then starts cleaning it.
I raise the glass up to him and smile, like cheers, and then I just walk away, and I do not drink out of that glass.
Do you bring it up to your mouth?
No.
Do you bring it? No.
I like cheers, and then I just get off the stool and I turn around and walk away with the thing in my hand. Just walk away, but I don't drink out of it.
Vale, you sit down at the table, at a table sort of close, further to the back. You get a couple of weird looks from some of the people sitting next to you, and they grunt and go back to drinking their whatever.
Yeah, Vale is not normally one to be on edge, so he's just kind of watching the room.
Watching for anything in particular, or just making sure that nothing jumps out?
Mostly keeping an eye on Tam, making sure he doesn't get into a situation where he might need some backup. But that does mean, like, if people start walking towards Tam, make sure they're not, drawing blasters or anything like that.
Gotcha. Tam, you walk back and you guys find a seat at the table. A couple of, maybe a minute later, Cam and Kybax walk in. A Mandalorian walking into this bar immediately brings the noise to a stop, and they all look at you. Mando, what you drinking?
Y'all got whiskey?
Do we got whiskey? You see a couple of people at the bar go, they'll look at you, Tam, laughing.
I go into I do that little ear thing with my earpiece and go make sure you ask for a clean glass.
Jeez. We got Scrap Fire whiskey and Splice Brew.
Do I know either of those brands?
Brands? No.
Which one do you think is better?
Are you asking me which one of our two drinks I think is better?
Yes.
Splice Brew's pretty good. It's fluorescent.
I'll get some of that in.
Yeah, he goes over to the one tap, grabs a kind of gray glass, and out comes this glowing, bright blue substance. That it has that phosphorescent glow like that algae gets in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And goes, slams it down. And for you, miss?
Rum.
Don't have rum, but we do have whiskey that was sitting out that became rum.
I'll take it.
Wait, how does... You know what? Not gonna ask.
God, I love building a world with you guys. This is so fun. He grabs an open bottle and just pours it into sort of like a doubles glass, like a rocks glass, and puts it on the. You starting a tab with your. What the fuck with that? And your rather cute friend who walked in.
Habex throws up in his mouth a little.
You taste lizard.
Yeah.
Okay. With each tab, you get a bowl of breaker soup.
Sure. Why not?
You see like an open Bunsen burner and a very tall stainless steel pot. A gray sludge and a ladle comes out in sort of a large bowl for sharing. 4 spoons, puts it on the table. And go, now are you done, or can we go back to watching our reruns?
Yeah, actually, I was interested in watching those. Could you keep them on? Appreciate it.
Well, I'll do just what I was just doing. And he turns around. Yeah, so as y'all sit down, you see a rerun from 2 years ago, from the Scav games 2 years ago. And Kyle, by the way, if you like change your mind and want to also join.
Oh, no, carry on. Linus,
are you sure?
It's time of her life.
I don't like sidelining anyone.
Being left alone with her work. She's having the best day ever.
Yeah, but Kyle...
Remember,
whatever.
Tyler,
yeah,
think about
I get
it
it
from a logical point of view. What is about to happen?
Yeah.
You know what?
I am going to have more than enough time to play.
I love you guys. You guys need to relax a little. Unclench.
He's clenched. He's clenched, guys. You guys, he's clenched. Hey, guys. Trev is clenched.
I am not clenched. I said unclench. I'm loose.
Oh.
I'm very loose.
He is
I'm
loose.
flapping in the wind loose.
I'm telling you, he is loose.
I need you to never phrase that like that ever again.
For you,
that's going to be on their t-shirts. For me, aww.
Not for you, for Jack.
Not for me.
you.
Jeez. Oh, for his.
I'm gonna get much
I thought you
more.
were still talking about your hole.
No.
No? Well.
Is someone at my door?
It's me!
Yeah, I couldn't... I'm so loose I couldn't tell if anyone was at my door or not.
Yeah.
But anyway, no. All I'm doing is...
So anyway,
watching,
you guys all sit.
Watching the reruns. That's all we're doing. We're gonna...
You're sitting in a old-ass bad thing. Oh, drinking...
How does that suit smell, by the way?
It smells like void.
So just the absolute worst smell of all time. Got it.
Yep. I mean, do you take a bite?
No. Absolutely not.
Cam will.
Yeah, you take a bite. Having just experienced food ecstasy, this is a letdown. It's a letdown for sure. This is like one of those 100-year. This is one of your like 100-year stews that just it's being kept just above the danger zone in terms of temperature, so it can just sort of hang out. But whatever meat is in it is not. It's some sort of stew. You got these cubes that are turning into sort of gelatinous orbs.
Cubes that turn into circles. All these squares make a circle.
All these squares do in fact make a circle. Anyway, so the reruns. You pop it up, and just to give you an overview, a couple of different screens are playing all at once. How long do you guys sit in this? For a bit, huh? Just sort of getting a vibe.
Well, I can say that two of us are here to make sure Cam doesn't start a fucking bar fight that ends in casualties.
I see.
Or at least doesn't end in casualties for us.
So the reruns start playing 2 years ago. It shows like the old the commentators that you saw the previous time, the very like 32-year-old divorcee and the very attractive Twi'lek female. All sort of give you.
That was a Nautilin.
Oh. So the
Tyler's space racist.
Yeah. Tentacle heads.
Fucking squid
They're
heads.
tendrils.
Squid tendrils. The it sort of goes through a quick like jump cut of the highlights. You see that so it seems to be in again these 3 stages. This area seems to be as far away from the city as you can get. There's still junk around, but it seems to be a more of a nature-based one. There are rivers and sort of natural elements, still like polluted and horrible, but these games seem to be you see the build phase is currently what's on the screen. You see an engineer sort of cordoned off in an area full of scrap. And the engineer is sort of screaming out or like talking on the comms. You see it cuts back and forth between the different teams. And the teammates who are not the designated engineer for the team, you see a bunch of different colors of radar blips going out and scrounging and searching and then bringing the parts back to the engineer to then put it back together. You see the commentators like, and we have the start of a full team build going. You see Team Ecstasy. You can see that they are currently putting together. What is that? Some sort of wow. One of the most unique speeders that we've seen here at the Scav Games recently. We see many different speeder bikes being lashed together and being used as almost sort of like a chariot with a floating repulsor gondola, I suppose you would call it, being purposed. And you see that all of the team puts all of this, and it's a big team effort. And it cuts to the end of the build, and these land speeders are as thrown together and slapshod and roughshod as they could possibly be. As you see, an adjudicator comes out, looks very looks at a couple of choice areas on the ship, and then you see they are brought to an area where they have a selection of different data pads that they can look at. As soon as they get a data pad, their ship is brought off of the stage, and they seem to be taken off of whatever play area they are in. You see, it cuts back to, because this is sort of like a winner circle kind of thing. It cuts to the Burnt Claw. You see...
the group. Oh, Burnt Claw. I heard about this group. Let's watch.
They're the ones that shot at us, Tam.
I mean, I've heard about their what's it called? Their team.
Prowess.
You see 6 people, which is pretty much the standard size for all of the teams. You see, sort of leading the charge is a Zabrak male who looks very, very similar to the one that you spoke to at Rix's. You see, sort of taking up the screen is a massive, just Hulk of a dude. He's slamming around. He's got arms as thick as tree trunks, sort of a bald head. He has on his back, he has a long sort of curved vibro axe that sort of sits and weighs in a big holster on his back. And you see that he's literally just during the build phase, he's literally just carrying these big engine parts, just sort of back to the mechanics area.
Do we know what race this guy is?
He is a Dowootin.
Can you spell that?
Dowootin. Dowootin. Dowutin.
Wooten.
I think I remember those guys.
This is just a walking boulder.
Yep. I would say that you all know of Doutons. Not all of them are this big. Some of them are this big. Some of them are normal human size, still very, very strong. But there are some different phenotypes of Doutons. This appears to be the big boy phenotype.
This is a Goron from The Legend of Zelda.
Throughout the job, you see the engineer is a Zygerian cat person.
Mm-hmm.
So we can here. I'll spell all of these. Engineer. You see a couple of other people stand out to you. You see sort of kind of sitting on the side and not really paying attention to the build process, but more walking around and sort of looking at the other teams. Is a human male, mid to late 50s, sort of brown hair with gray flecks in it. He's wearing a massive fur coat. And on his back, he has a massive sniper rifle. He seems to be just looking around. Nobody is shooting at anybody. You notice this right away. You see scraps happen over specific pieces of salvage, but they seem to not involve weapons.
Like not even melee weapons?
Yeah, fists. You see the Do'Utin gets into. You see 3 or 4 people go to a large engine component. A couple of people are fighting over it. Then they all, 3 people from 3 different teams, agree to try to go after the Do'Utin. The Do'Utin picks 2 of them up, throws them, and then slaps the other one. So he does a 720 spin and then falls, and then just uses 2 hands to pick up the engine component and start walking away. The guy who did the 720 spin just doesn't move. He just lays there, his neck at a weird angle.
Okay. So that's a guy to watch out for.
You see... How many other people? You see 3 other people. You see one who sort of gets, at one point in a really furious argument with the engineer, is a Twi'lek female, wearing sort of bulky, looks like AEG. It looks like adverse environmental gear, goggles on her face. Sort of getting this argument, sort of pointing at a couple of different areas on the ship, and just goes off in a huff, and then just starts continuing to scavenge. You see in the partially built speeder is a very slender human female, Tam. You recognize this slender human female.
What?
Her name is familiar to you. I don't know if it was ever written down.
I believe it was. Maybe. If it's who I think you're thinking.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know where it is. Hold on.
Oh, it's in your backstory. No, it's somewhere.
Yeah.
It's somewhere back there. I had it written down in my journal. I just can't find it at the present moment. But yes, you recognize this as a part of your crew. Someone that you actually had a semi-romantic relationship with.
My.
Here we go. Let's see. Oh goodness, sorry. Is it
something? I'm sorry.
I have I have it here. I have to read through it.
You see, I think that's, so we got the, yes, that is all of them, I think, because I got all 6, right? So you got the engineer, you got the brute, you got the lady who's in the thing, you got the person who's stalking people, and then you also have the Zabrak guy, and yes. Yep, that's all of them. So it should be 6 people in total.
Yeah. I'm looking so I can call her by name, but I can't. God, why did I not put it down here?
I don't think you actually had a name in there. That's why I was.
Well, the reason why I think I did is because I remember that there was a small guy, and I named him something that was like a really stereotypical small guy name as a joke, and then I can't.
I think her name was Zara. Zara is her name. We will just say that is her name.
That sounds great.
You recognize it as Zara. You get a flashback of mission gone awry. Zara looking over her shoulder, a smile, and then running as the Imperials fall on you.
Get fucked, hun. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I knew it. I knew she was going to be around here. I knew it.
This is what she looks like. Yeah, you continue on. You see it cuts to the next day for this game at a starting line. 3, 2, 1, bing! Commentators going, and they're off for this month's edition of Scav Games. You see, they're immediately, a big collision at the starting line. Whoa, 3 different carts immediately coming apart. Man, something. Wow. You would think that they would catch that stuff in the build phase. Man, those speeders just flew completely apart. The speeder bike's going, oh, yes, and we will have to ask you to avert your children's eyes. There is a decapitation. And you see just out there is a human woman who was there trying to make money, is sobbing over this dude's head. Oh, God! Danik, no! And the Scav Games collect another life. Anyways, back to the action.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Did it look like that was sabotage?
Did it look like that was sabotage?
Did it look like those should not have flown apart like they did?
I don't think that's a question we can answer without looking at the internals.
I guess, yeah.
You can make whatever assumptions that you'd like.
Okay.
About this pretty nefarious area. You see that you see that as the main phase goes out, the cameras cut back and forth, cut back to the burnt claw. You see that small, the small, slender human woman that you all hear Tam react as it says, as you see her on screen. You see that there is a ruined Lucre Hulk. They all appear to be going towards this Lucre Hulk, and you see that she plugs in an electric lock breaker. Expertly, immediately doors open, and you see a large area of just full of environmental hazards that they're going across. You see wrecked droids just sort of just action cuts back forth. You see the Dowootin just scything down droids. You see that the Zabrak male seems to sit back and sort of direct, like, Zara, make sure that door stays open. Let's go. And continues moving out.
And what does this girl look like?
The Zara.
Yeah.
She looks. I will put the token out.
Okay.
It's that one.
Noted.
Got it.
I will say, in fairness, these are not the same people. Just in case you think that this is some mindfuck. They are not the same person. Because they do look kind of similar. It all accumulates to the Burnt Claw and one other faction. You see that it is a crew of armored Mandalorians. Each of them with different colors in their armor. You see red. You see dark blue. You see green. You see that they're currently operating a very heavily damaged thing, and you see that they have in sort of collected on each of its sort of cuts. You see their collection of these small locator beacons that sort of blink with light, and you see that there is a floating barge that lands. It has the announcer's face on it. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. You should all be able to see it.
Hold on. It's still coming up. Wow, this is loading slow.
Yeah, got it.
Yep, I see it.
This big broadcast center. You see lining the rows of it. You see all of these tiny little cameras and remote drones sort of buzzing around it. You see it goes into land, and you see that their job is to get back to the thing. It is a brutal and bloody race through this large sort of area of junk. You see blasters going off. You see people are taking cover. Just going. They're just trading blows. After a moment, you see that the Dewooten gets so frustrated, he goes and throws the axe into the engine unit of the Mandalorian speeder, and you see that the speeder crashes, and you see Mandalorian bodies just fall all out. The speeder crashes, and you hear like the audience on the barge on the broadcast center goes yeah as the Burnt Claw speeder comes back in, and you see that they have they slot their beacons into the thing to verify their integrity, and they are crowned the winners. And you see that they won a large decommissioned droid factory there as the prize. And
like was it a Lucre Hulk, or was it like an actual factory?
Yeah, it was natural. It was a factory ship, I should say. It was like
so it was a Lucre Hulk.
Yeah, slightly smaller than a full size Lucre Hulk, but yeah, right around there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that enough flavor for you, fucks? Do you know what you're getting into now?
Yes. Question: did it look like they were allowed to bring anything with them, or were they just allowed to get stuff from the junk pile?
For what?
For the build phase.
For the build phase, it looks like they were given a flat, empty sort of area that was big enough for a speeder that could hold 6 people, and were sent out into the junk field to find what they need.
Okay, so you're not allowed to bring anything with you.
You would venture a guess to say that's probably a non-spoken rule, because what would be the point of scavenging if you're not able to build something out of junk? But yes, that is the rule. You will not be able to bring anything with you legally.
Okay, I was just thinking we still do have that turret that we uninstalled from the ship, but at this point, can we show Vale the note that we found?
No,
Why?
we are in public.
We are in a bar with no cameras, and nobody's paying attention to us.
We are in public, and no one said no cameras.
There is a huge water bug on my ceiling.
Well, let him outside.
It's not a water bug. It's a roach, but bigger and not a roach.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what those are.
A palmetto bug.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is,
which is actually a species of roach. It just doesn't want to be inside any more than you want it to be.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's so huge.
Yeah. Open the window. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
They fly, right?
Okay, you heard it here first. Oh god, oh fuck, it's so huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
you know they
it's like
they fly.
It's
So
like
just stay
looking
away
to
from
take-
it.
It's like looking to take off. I don't know if I can be in here anymore.
Just go get Matthew.
Fuck. Okay. Everything's fine. I'm gonna call Matthew. No, not Alexis. She's in another state. She can't help me. Fuck. Oh fuck. Okay. Hello, everyone. This is the Bug. I have taken over.
Can you GM?
That's all we care about.
What is GM?
You'll get that hang of it.
You don't notice the difference.
Oh, there he is. Back.
I kicked him. Sorry if
This
that
is
ruined
why you
audio.
should always carry roach
did not.
spray in the house. Like, you just should have it on principle.
So update. It did go
But
into my
do you
laundry.
really need roach spray when apparently they're susceptible to high-pitched sonic attacks, which Tyler was trying to use?
Yeah, so it did go into my laundry, and I then took it outside, my clean laundry, then dumped it out, ruffled it a little bit, and then it crawled outside. I have like a outside like a little entryway like thing that where the door is to enter the apartment. There's like a little porch. I then put it outside in front. It then crawled through a gap in the siding in my unit, and then vanished. So
It is somewhere in your house.
it will be.
It is somewhere in your house, and you do not know where.
Okay. But anyway, so what are we doing?
I need to look for the Mando team.
All right. Yeah, the Mando team. You see that they got into sort of like a non-fatal crash in a game that was 2 days ago. 2 months ago. But yeah, I mean, you can. How would you like to try to find them?
I would first like to just ask around, see if there's a place that they hang out normally, or if there's if they're a group of Mandos that participates in every single Scav games. I assume that they've got a base on planet somewhere.
To retcon, I'm sorry. I said months, I meant years. But yeah. Sorry, say everything that you just said again.
I said I'm asking around, seeing if anybody knows where they hang out, because if they're participating in multiple Scav games, which is what you said they did, then they should have a base somewhere on planet that they stay.
Yeah, you just ask around.
Yeah, see if anybody knows where they hang out, if they've got a bar that they go to, if there's a, what the deal is.
Yeah, you go up to the bartender. As the rerun sort of ends, people sort of pay their tabs and leave. Not all of them, but a couple of people do. Head up to the bartender and he goes, do you need another round or what?
Yeah. So that Mando team normally participates in the games. Do you know where one could find them?
Where one could find them? Well, you got a bounty? Or are they kin?
Well, all Mando are kin. I need to talk to them.
Well, from what I understand, y'all usually are able to communicate with each other, so I suppose if they're kin, they're not close kin, are they?
Well, we kind of got separated after the Night of 1,000 Tears.
Make a... make a coercion roll? Or I mean, are you trying to make him feel like shit?
A little bit.
Yeah, coercion. Yeah.
What's the difficulty? After mentioning the genocide.
2 with a boost die that will forever be known as the genocide die.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody mind if I use a light side point here?
Go for it. We've got tons.
I mean, if you're going to waste them, the answer is going to be no.
What the fuck? Well, I got an advantage. What can I do with that?
Fry.
He can let some information slip.
Well, from what I understand, they seem to just crop up whenever the games happen. I mean, they typically come in from the coastal region.
That's more than I had a minute ago, so I thank you kindly. And I pass him 100 credits. That should cover our tab. Keep the change.
Well, I appreciate it. Didn't realize you were looking.
Looking?
Well, yeah, looking. I mean, we could check this out back if you want.
Oh, no, it was just a tip for the info.
Oh, he
Yeah,
zips up his pants.
Okay. And I leave.
You leave? You fully leave? Kayak leaves.
Well, tab's paid up, so I guess the rest of us are leaving too.
Okay. So
Now, this is a reach, so feel free to tell me no. But usually, lore-wise, there are a few emergency channels that are, like, in the Commando Codex of, like, hey, if you're in trouble, these are channels that Mandalorians would pay attention to. Can I key to one of them and see if there's any chatter?
Excellent use of a light side point.
Yeah, spend a light side and I'll give it to you.
Sure.
You can spend light side to create convenient plot points.
You find yourself tapped into the emergency system. Veka, you know that you have to find us. Veka, if you are listening to this, come back home.
Veka, do I recognize that name?
Veka is a Mandalorian name. But you do not recognize it, no.
I tap the mic twice, like a double squawk, to let them know someone's on the channel. And I say, this is Kybex, Clan Mariel, House Mariel, requesting an audience.
Outsiders are not easily keyed into this frequency. I ask how you received this.
He did just identify himself as of House Mariel.
Main house, main clan, too.
Mm-hmm.
I was taught it by my covert. This is the way.
This is the way.
I need an armor.
An armorer. The coast hides many treasures. Look along the shoreline. You will find something you're looking for, perhaps.
Thank you. Switch off the channel. I guess that's what I spend my 2 weeks looking for.
Yeah. It's incredibly vague, the coast. Kybax, go ahead and give me... Yeah, this is not going to be an easy roll for you, unfortunately. Go ahead and give me... How would you first go about to find this covert?
Normally, coverts are hidden by symbols. They're hidden by... You have to know where to look and what to look for. But there are some universal symbols that can be hidden in a landscape to show you that one is there. That is what Kybex is looking for.
Gotcha. You... 1 second.
Can I bring Karga with me?
You can if you'd like.
Yes, that's why I need the armor. Is Karga.
Gotcha.
And I do tell Karga what to look for as well.
Okay. You know the language of old, like, ancient markers that Mandalorians will use to sort of etch out where they're going. Mm-hmm. As you get, and do you separate from the group fully when you do this, or do you, you break just with Karga, or
with Karga? Yeah, I don't think he'd bring anybody else. Like this is a very deeply, I hesitate to say religious, but like you don't bring non-Mandalorians to the covert, even if you consider them clan.
Gotcha. Great, that's that. We will resolve that here after we... Is there anything else that we want to do in the city as we go? We can go ahead and abstract it. Like, is there equipment that you're looking to buy? Is there you wanted to find a tailor for costumes?
Well, uniforms, not costumes, but yes.
Yeah. Okay. Give me one moment. Let me get a price figure here for you. So in terms of what you're looking for in terms of uniform, I would ask that you pick a armor type. You can look at
light.
Right. I would say something with one soak or lower. There are some that give you, some different benefits. So to choose from, you have a couple of options at soak 1. There's also, so you can go with full, just like normal, standard, heavy clothing. Heavy clothing brings a soak of 1, and you can get that from any vendor. That's going to be 50 credits per uniform. You can give an upgrade so there are a couple of ways that we can upgrade it. You can go with adverse environmental gear. Think about this is specialized clothing that can protect you from things in the environment that might be bad, but it is specific to what area you're going for. So, like if you're going to Hoth, the adverse environmental gear on Hoth is the cold uniform stuff. For here, it would be anything related to environmental hazards relating to scavenging. So, essentially, it would allow you to reduce, get rid of setback die that's imposed by the environment for anything that's acidic, like caustic, or radioactive in terms of ship scavenge, that sort of thing. Those are
that's also 10 times the price.
Yes, so that would get all the way up to 500, and then of course
we're not made out of credits.
Yep. There is also armored clothing that is 1,000 credits as well. That gives you a soak of 1, but also a defense of 1 for both melee and ranged. So, from what I understand, it sounds like you're going to be doing heavy clothing. Is that right?
Yeah, because all of the others are eye-wateringly expensive.
Gotcha.
Especially for things we're going to be doing on a one-off.
For sure. I will also say, and I'm going to say it just to be fun. There are also rules for crafting armor as well.
Lina would kill me.
Yeah. It's up to you. And to be clear, I mean, it doesn't have to be Lina. Anybody with a high or with any sort of mechanics can attempt it, I think. I don't know who else has a mechanics higher than 2, but
it doesn't have to be Lina, but if you want to succeed.
What color is Kybax's armor?
Black and silver.
Well, why don't we just go with that for our color scheme?
black and silver sounds good.
As long as it's not taken by another team, it doesn't really matter.
Aren't we trying to avoid being recognized? The Kybax was intending to change his color scheme to, I think it was blue and orange.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Blue and orange it is. Kyle, mark that for commissions for this week, please. Okay, so that's your uniform taken care of. Is there any equipment, or I'm asking specifically about gear, that you would be looking to get to help you on your way? You are able to bring in whatever equipment that you would like, that you are able to carry with you on your way in. Kybax somehow has an encumbrance of 27.
Yes.
Of 27. So I don't know, like, if he, like, you can carry it on you, or you can have somebody bring it in with you if they have room. But some things to potentially think about would be, like, give me one moment. Let me go to my personal equipment. We're going to look at lists, and we're going to look at gear, and then we're going to look at survival gear. You got stuff like crash survival kits. Contents include a thermal cloak, multi-purpose knife, distress beacon, 2 emergency comm links, wire spool, ration bars, basic med kit, 2 respirators, a water filter and jug, glow rod, that sort of stuff. There are also portable survival shelters that you can bring with you, because in games past, I will say that these have sometimes turned into multi-day affairs, because if there are slugfests and, like, Mexican standoffs over the last beacon, sometimes stuff can take a while. I am gonna, as we're sort of resolving all of the other stuff that we want to do over the 2 weeks, at the end of the session, I'm gonna give a last call, because next session I'm anticipating we're gonna be, it's gonna be next session that we're starting probably right with the you guys are getting into the scav games, and we're gonna be setting some stuff up. So, and I will be generous. I will say, as long as you have the money for it, and in the intervening week, if you see something in the gear that you would like to bring, and that is not too terribly rare, you can bring it. Because you are currently at Port Relisar, which is a tier 1 port. So all of that stuff goes down by, I think, like -3 or something.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Okay.
yeah, we're going to get a heavy clothing and helmets in black and silver for the group.
Sounds good. Blue and orange. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Jack was trying to keep it with black and silver.
We can do black and silver if you don't care about the Black Sun knowing where we are.
Where you are, but yeah.
Yeah. And if they know where I am, they know where we all are, right? So.
Yeah.
Blorange.
Where did this double-bladed vibro sword come from, Cam? Did I give that to you?
Pretty sure. Oh, I think it was like an art object, actually.
Oh,
it was like
yeah, you stole
super
it from
special. Yeah. We need to find a buyer for that.
Yeah. We can do that now if you want. Give me one moment. Let me pull up the...
What's the encumbrance on that?
I can make some black market rolls and increase the value, I think, of the item.
Double-bladed Vibrosword goes for 1,300 credits, and it's encumbrance of 4, rarity of 6. Let me pull up a calculator here.
We could give that to Vale.
Vale already has 2 swords in his arms.
Are they vibro swords?
They are vibro swords. Yeah.
Which has to be incredibly uncomfortable.
Just the whole body.
NPCs, stores. Sell list. Name. Double-bladed vibro sword.
Yeah, I do not... It was some sort of special vibro sword from some sort of special place, but I don't remember any specifics.
Got it from Kessel.
No, I know that. I know where we got it. But the reason I grabbed it was because it wasn't just a vibro sword.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a ceremonial blade from the... Oh yeah, it's from Kashyyyk.
Oh, we definitely should not sell that.
Yeah, if we know it's from Kashyyyk, we're not selling that. We're returning it to the Wookiees.
That's one of the very first things the Empire did was declare the Wookiees non-sentient.
Yeah, and take all their shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. All right.
Oopsie doodle.
All right. I think as y'all come back...
Yeah, we're nowhere near Kashyyyk, are we?
You actually are.
Oh, well, shit. Well, I know what we're doing after this.
Oh, fuck. God.
Can I sell one of my heavy blaster rifles? I technically have 2.
Yeah, we can abstract that. Yeah. What is the typical roll that we do for that, Kyle?
What are we trying to do?
We're selling a... Yeah.
One of them. The one that I'm not using.
Gotcha. Give me one second. Let me pull up
a negotiations roll. I got it.
Oh, for sure.
1,500.
Negotiations, and then there's a specific rule for that, right?
You just whatever
selling and trading. Yep.
Roll is.
Gotcha. Increased cost when trading. What's the rarity level of it?
6.
Okay. Rarity is currently... yeah. It's... because... Oh, yeah. So we're at -1. Because you're on a world on a primary trade lane, so that's 5. All right. All right. Go ahead and give me a... to try to get it... so the... God, we had all this stuff figured out before. Give me one second. Right. Yes. So it's a base difficulty of... so it's a base difficulty of whatever the Stellar's presence is, which is 2. Yeah, it would be 2. And then any more successes that you get after that, it reduces the because you're not selling it at cost. You're selling it for a lower amount, essentially.
Would anyone like to give me assistance with this? Come with me to sell the gun?
What's the roll?
It's a negotiation roll.
I mean, this is probably done with Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can upgrade one of my ability dice?
I will provide assistance.
Cam does not have training in negotiation.
I cannot provide assistance.
Well, you can
get a
try
boost die, though.
untrained, so a boost die.
Okay. Difficulty, yeah, so you hit success 1 with 2 advantages, so it is, because it's net successes is what it is, so you can sell it for 375 credits.
Well, technically, net successes. So the first 2 successes would be the one.
I see.
The one that you win on, and then this
one
the
and
success 1 equals the 2. Yeah,
I got you. So it's you buy it. You can sell it at half cost, so it's 750 credits is the price.
And for 2 advantages, I can notice something of particular desire that I wish to add to the negotiation for the same price at GM's discretion.
For the same price you're selling.
Yes.
So I don't think it's applicable.
So
I think if you're buying, perhaps.
Well, I can say, if they're like, we can give you half of what it's worth, I'll be like, okay, and if you throw in that.
Extra perks may be granted, concessions may be made.
With the 2 advantages, he... Yeah, playing it hard and fast. How do you... so I mean... you just try to get a little more money out of them, or...
If I assume I'm selling this to some kind of weapons shop, right?
Yeah, you walk in, it's a like a dingy lower city weapon shop. It's still on the grid, is as on the grid as you can possibly be without being black market.
Do they have any micro rockets that might fit in my launcher?
Any micro rockets? I gotta be real fucking careful. Give me 1 second. What is the rarity of the micro rocket?
That is a good question. Let me find out. It depends on the micro rocket, but let's micro rockets FFG Star Wars. Let's see. Okay.
Rarity 6. Mike. That's an entire pistol.
Yeah, there's anti-armor, explosive, flechette, incendiary, ion. Yeah, that's it. Let's see.
The lowest rarity is 4 out of micro explosive.
I would say for the micro explosive, he does have... Well, right, because there's a rarity roll that you can do.
It'll be at rarity 3 because of the planet we're on.
Right, because it's -1.
Mm-hmm.
That can be applied to an item's rarity based on location and the technological status. Some worlds may impose additional modifiers to this as well. I see. I will, because it's difficulty 3. I will say that he has a selection of 3 standard micro rockets.
I will take all 3 because that is less than the cost there, so that's same price.
Same exact price, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He goes, ooh, Mando. These are the last ones. I should be getting him a shipment, and I been running out of these recently.
Well, then it looks like you're going to have a clean inventory.
And you, scary fuck, what are you looking for? He points at Vale.
Oh my god, when'd you get in here?
We're actually looking for a pair of... What the fuck are these things called again?
Paired weapon modification.
Paired weapon
Male
modifications.
specifically is looking for paired weapon mods.
Yep.
2 of them.
Right.
It's
Cool.
300 per pair, but
What's the rarity on it? Does it have a rarity?
3.
rarity 3?
Those are the ones
so
that I
that's
got for my disruptor pistols.
Thank you. Yeah, he has them. Yeah. Essentially, it's just a kit that allows you to balance the weight through them, so you can hold them in your offhand and still not. And then, yeah, I mean that it's such low rarity that I'm not even gonna impose like a thing you can buy at my cost.
Well, Veil is broke, so.
How much are they?
They are technically 300, but you can always fuck up and pay them more.
That's not happening. No. So we'll purchase them at cost and take that out of the ship's
Already done.
group. Okay, there we go.
Sounds good. What do we have for money?
After the 10K, we're at 34.89.
All right. Anything else while we're at the weapons dealer?
I feel kind of bad because now I'm richer than the collective group money. I should put some into the group chest.
You absolutely should. I'm pretty sure you've been taking party treasure and selling it anyway.
Have I?
Pretty sure.
The only thing I've
Anything we
sold-
take off enemies is party treasure.
The only thing I've sold and kept a profit from was
A lot of his...
that's right just now.
you got a big chunk of change on the early bounties, which were technically his.
Ah, okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah, he hasn't really sold anything because we've been using the Stormrunner selling list and I've been keeping track of. Yeah, he got 2 bonuses from Maba.
Yeah. The only piece of treasure I've sold was that blaster rifle just now, and I'll put 1,000 credits into the group treasury.
All right.
Not questioning.
All right. Any other gear? Anything security related? We do have they do have disguise kits.
Well, I wanted to get like full face like motorcycle helmets.
Sure. Yeah. Let me.
In black, black with a silver racing stripe on them to go with our outfits.
Gotcha.
Blue and orange outfits.
Yes, blue and orange. God damn it!
I swear to I think it actually might be genuine that he keeps thinking, because I thought the first 2 times that he did it, I thought he was trying to dragoon it.
Yeah,
But
no,
now
I
think he
am
just keeps
genuinely fucking up.
For helmets, I will say for them to have any because helmets.
They don't have to have a mechanical thing. We're telling you as the GM there are helmets involved.
Okay, cool. That works. They can be in the heavy clothing too.
Yeah.
Anybody want any implant armor?
Would love it.
You're not getting it.
I didn't think so.
Yes. So, yeah, it very much is. Anything medically that we need? Any stim packs, med packs?
We're sitting pretty on stim packs. I've got 20 stim packs in storage on top of whatever people have on their character sheets.
I have my. I do have a thing I'd like to ask about, but I don't want to incur Lina's wrath.
So, are you going to ask Lina, or are you going to ask me?
I'm going to ask Lina.
Go ahead.
At one point, Kybax does knock on the door. It's like, "Hey, Lina."
I'm waiting for you guys to get back for town, but yeah, go ahead.
This is a 2-week period. Hey, Lana, at some point during the 2 weeks. So, I was wondering, do you know if there would be a way to integrate the recon remote into my armor controls?
I don't see why there wouldn't be. I mean, it's just It's a remote control I could glue to your arm. It's basically the same thing.
Well, yeah, but I've already got and he shows he's got on his left wrist, there's a panel of buttons. It's like, seal the suit, turn on the jetpack, turn on the repulsor lift.
Yeah, I should be able to take that apart and add a couple of extra buttons. Maybe I'll just put a touchscreen on there. It'll actually make more sense.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
I appreciate it, Lana.
Yeah. She grabs a large machete from her tools. Just hold your arm there so I can take this off.
Yeah. Funny.
Her eyes are dead serious.
I know.
I need the tactile sensors inside, so the hand's got to stay.
No, you don't.
Fine. Let's take the glove.
He gives her the gauntlet and the remote.
All right. We will say that we come back after that day of in the town shenanigans. Get back onto the ship.
As you guys pull up to the ship, you can hear the music outside. It is loud.
Max Rebo band.
It is something I've described it as scav metal. She's pumping it in from not from somewhere else in the world. Lots of metal noises, like metal music with sounds like they're being played in a junkyard. And it is blaring so loud that you can hear it through the bulkheads.
You think Lana's okay?
Lana's fine. Why would you ask?
The choice of music would indicate otherwise.
Really?
It sounds like someone's getting beat up with a trash can.
Does somebody
It does convey anger.
Does somebody want to, check on that? Because, I'm not...
I'll go check on her.
I was twerking for a little bit, but, it got a little excessive.
I'm sorry, you were what? No.
What do you say, Sonny?
Sorry, I asked. That's my fault.
Rex is going to be with you for a long, long time. Door to the ship opens.
Yeah, the music just gets louder now that the ramp is down.
Yeah. Make way up the loading bay door. It's too loud in here. What is Lina doing?
She's in the engineering bay. Or at least that's where she normally is. If Cameron walks up there, you catch her. She's just dancing. Like, her metal arm is trying in vain to keep the data pad directly in front of her face, as it's been directed to do. But her eyes are closed, and she's spinning and headbanging, and she has not heard anything.
Cam starts dancing too.
Lina and oh god! She runs over, turns the music off. Cameron, couldn't you have knocked? Oh god!
Would you have heard me?
I mean, yes, no. It was okay. Sorry. Yeah. Well, welcome back. Yes. Get out of the way. Pushes the pad. So you have a good day? Stop it.
Yeah, got us some uniforms. A very garish blue and orange.
I told Kybax I didn't want orange. I look horrible in orange. Wearing her orange jumpsuit. And wait, blue and really?
I know he has no sense of color coordination.
Who let Kybax pick the uniform? He genuinely, he said he was painting the living room one day, and I walked in, and there were several different, but too close shades of green. And he thought that was monochromatic.
To be clear,
Just
he chose it based on the Mandalorian meanings for the different colors, where blue means reliability and orange means a lust for life.
what does green mean? I looked in the toilet and then saw what was there, and I matched it.
Green means duty.
It does, in fact, mean duty. Yeah.
That is actually accurate.
Chef's kiss. Okay. You all furiously begin preparing. I love how we did. I killed a bug today. I didn't kill it. It's still alive. It's alive
that
somewhere.
You can have 5 XP.
You made a valiant attempt to kill a bug today.
I screamed
can
like a
have
little
0.
sissy. It did touch my arm.
Are you going to amputate?
And that's where we'll leave it here for today for the Storm Runner. I want to thank everybody for playing with me today. And I hope everybody has a great week. Next week, we will I hope.
I mean, if you're offering.
The Scav Games. Goodbye.
Also, fun fact, Kaibak's normal color scheme, black and silver, means justice and seeking redemption.
Yeah, they're every summer in LA when I lived on the first floor and I kept my windows open, they would fly in my house. Now that I live on the second floor, I'm palmetto bug free and I'm so happy.
Yeah, I bet.
He just flew. Okay.
Yeah, don't
I
try
gotta
and kill
tell
it
ya.
because you're not fast enough.
I understand this 100%.
Help me with the bug. It's a palmetto bug. It's a member of the roach.
I can see
family.
him
Remember
playing
the
with
thing
his
that we found
hands.
on the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go in here and actually increase his audio during post so everyone
It's
can
not because
truly
of food
enjoy it.
trash. They live outside. They're supposed to be outside.
Maybe not that.
I don't think Arthur can kill it.
Send the cat.
You think it can take Arthur?
Is it a bug that's toxic to cats? I don't know.
They're not
No,
toxic
it's
to
a
cats.
beetle.
They're not. They're just there's no poison in them. They're just gross.
Yeah, they're really gross, but they're harmless.
Bring the cat in. I have 5 people on the Discord call that says that the cat can eat it.
If the cat's fast enough, I'm sure the cat is fast enough.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God, it's so big. Why?
It was chilling on the ceiling, and if you hadn't noticed it, it would have been fine.
Gonna wake up the fucking... Oh. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and pause.
Well, you deal with this.
I'm not usually afraid of bugs, but it's just the big bugs that I...
Yeah, no, that's fine. We get it. We understand.
We don't.
Okay, so you're saying that the cat does not want to follow you. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's fair. Don't actively get the cat to eat it. The cat hunt if it wants.
Its antennas are just longer than its body. Why is that? I guess it's so it can look for stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the antennas are a sensory organ.
Do I just get a gun? Do I buy a gun?
I've done that. Not with a real gun, but with an airsoft gun. It works.
Oh. Why do they
You tell
have
me you live in
wings?
North Carolina, you don't own a
Because
salt
they're a
gun?
bug!
Matthew, are you coming up to help? I need help, please.
You can always hit it with the chancla.
Hit it with the what?
A sandal.
Chancla.
Okay.
Yeah, the Spanish parents' discipline enforcing device.
You know that there's laws in New Orleans that cab services won't run in certain areas at certain times of night? Not because it's dangerous, but because they keep picking up ghost hitchhikers who don't pay their tab.
Look at the bug. Arthur, look at the bug on the ceiling. Do you see the bug?
Oh my god. This is amazing. But not really, because I know the stress. You know, one time I woke up, I was sleeping in my bed, and I woke up with one of those things on the wall above my head, and I didn't get any sleep for the rest of the
He
night.
sees it. You guys, he sees it.
I can look it up.
I will laugh so hard if Arthur is also like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Arthur just like, fuck that.
I don't want to eat that thing. It's
Yeah,
gross.
Arthur's like, that's a big ass bug.
I can get protein anywhere else.
Okay, so it does need to be. Unfortunately, Mr. Waterbug, it needs to be killed. And I have a feeling that spraying it with alcohol will just enrage it and make it strong.
Yes.
Bleach might kill it.
It's not an attractive bug.
Yeah,
No.
it sounds like
No, it isn't. I'm guessing you just Googled it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
cockroach, a really big cockroach.
Don't throw anything at it, man. Dear God, it can fly.
Yeah, well, I wanted Arthur to see it.
Does Arthur see it now?
No, he sees this toy.
Throw Arthur at
Oh
it.
my
He
God.
does see the toy.
This is absolutely amazing. You know, I think it has like raid or bug spray. I guess it will kill it eventually,
I'm
but it will be
officially
flying
against
around
gay
like crazy.
marriage now if they're going to choose two effeminate men. Like, one of them has to be the masculine one, right?
So one of them has to be able to deal with a bug.
Yeah,
Listen,
like,
I know plenty of heterosexual marriages where the man would not kill the bug.
but then the masculine woman would. I'm perfectly fine as long as someone is capable of dealing with the bug. This marriage that we're listening to right now is doomed.
You want me to wait? So you're advocating to keep the bug alive? I don't think that's going to happen.
That doesn't sound right.
Okay.
Actually, that's what my partner would do.
Okay.
She takes the bugs outside, I just smush them into oblivion.
It's not.
Oh yeah.
With me,
These things are
it largely depends on the bug. Palmetto bug, I'm sorry, little guy, but you're dead.
Yeah, they're so big though. They leave a really big mirror, you know, really big mark.
Oh,
So I can
I had
capture
a...
it, but I'm
I
not
guess I have that
smart
picture
enough.
screen.
All right, guys. So to give you an
Arthur has
update-
weighed in.
Yeah, Arthur's like, you guys.
Dads, come on, one of you.
So to give everybody an update, it seems to be, it is curled up in what seems to be the fetal position, cleaning its head. I'm approaching it with an open stainless steel cup.
I love the
in
play-by-play.
hopes of trapping it in the cup. But
You better
see,
make sure that thing has a big lid.
It's big enough, I think. It might cut off
Okay.
its antennas, but ooh, I don't like the wings. I don't like the wings. Can you do it?
No.
You also don't want to do it?
I would just leave it be.
Just leave
I
it
love
be.
Arthur's input.
Because, yeah, its human owners are acting like pussies. I'm self-aware. Okay. Matthew, unfortunately, I will be killing it. So if you could please dump this water out. Okay, I'm gonna dump the water out. Just do it quick.
Do a quick that, it'll fall into the water.
But if I drop the water,
You're
it's
not gonna drop the water.
Can this be left in the episode? I want this to. What?
Can I just say this is when owning airsoft guns just really comes in handy.
This will be left in. This will be bookmarked. This will be available at your wedding.
Oh, I'm glad. I can't really reach it.
You can. You're just like 5 feet away from it. You gotta get closer.
I gotta get under it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that scary.
It's a bug.
It's just a bug, right?
Yeah.
Hello, buddy. So... Matt's rolling his eyes at me, guys. Okay! How do I win? Where'd it go?
By the laundry.
It's where?
By the laundry basket. Is it inside or on the outside of it?
Okay. So the cup maneuver was not a success.
Just landed on you for a little bit.
It did physically touch me, and I will say, not a fan. Where'd it go?
No, it's the black.
Oh, good. It's concealed within our laundry. That's nice. Okay.
You move the laundry over to the dryer.
I saw a shadow. Where did it go?
Is it inside the laundry bin?
Is it inside the laundry bin? I don't know.
Take the bin. Tyler, don't flip the bin. Do you want to let it out of the laundry bin?
Do I?
No.
No, I don't, right?
No.
Okay.
Then you can just grab the laundry bin, take it outside, shake it out outside.
Oh, okay. I'll be back, everybody.
Assuming it's in there.
Thank you for
You
helping.
might have just knocked it out.
Thank you for helping, everybody. I'll be right back.
Arthur is very insistent.
Well, that was joyful.
That was hilarious.